Today, January 5th, 2026, a day that will go down in history. Former Venezuelan strongman Nicolas Maduro, captured in a lightning-fast U.S. military raid just 2 days ago, is set to make his dramatic first appearance in a New York federal courtroom, in chains. Viral images of him handcuffed, blindfolded, and escorted by armed agents have exploded across the world, showing the once powerful leader reduced to a prisoner. His wife, Cilia Flores, captured alongside him, will stand by his side facing the same grave accusations. But what exactly unfolds today? Could this lead to life in prison, a shocking plea deal, or spark even greater international turmoil? Buckle up as we dive into the shocking details everyone's obsessed with. Let's rewind to how this unbelievable saga began. In the early hours of January 3rd, massive explosions lit up the skies over Caracas as U.S. forces launched Operation Absolute Resolve, a daring strike involving airstrikes on military targets and a rapid raid on Maduro's fortified compound in the heart of the capital. Elite special operators, backed by intelligence from a CIA source inside Venezuela, stormed the residence around 2 a.m. local time. Remarkably, Maduro and his wife surrendered without a fight. No shots fired directly at them. Within minutes, they were blindfolded, fitted with noise-canceling headphones for security, and rushed aboard helicopters. President Trump himself posted jaw-dropping photos on Truth Social. Maduro in a gray Nike tracksuit, handcuffed on a USS Iwo Jima warship in the Caribbean, looking defiant yet defeated. From there, the couple was flown directly to New York, landing at Stewart Air National Guard Base late that night. Shocking perp walk footage shows Maduro being escorted off the plane in handcuffs, even flashing a smile and saying Happy New Year in broken English to stunned DA agents as he was processed at their headquarters. His wife Cilia was right there too, blurred in some images for security but confirmed captured and charged. Now, both are locked up in Brooklyn's infamous Metropolitan Detention Center, the same gritty jail that's held notorious figures from mob bosses to terrorists, awaiting today's hearing. Fast forward to right now. Under ultra-tight security, Maduro and Cilia Flores are being transported to the iconic Daniel Patrick Moynihan United States Courthouse in Lower Manhattan. The arraignment is scheduled for noon Eastern Time before veteran Judge Alvin K. Hellerstein. This is truly unprecedented. A deposed head of state, snatched from his own country, standing shackled in a U.S. courtroom. Legal experts overwhelmingly predict both will enter not guilty pleas. The judge is expected to deny bail outright, citing flight risk and the severity of the charges, sending them straight back to detention. No cameras allowed inside, but the building is swarming with media, protesters, and heavy security. Expect chaotic scenes outside. So, what are these explosive charges that could bury Maduro forever? They're rooted in a superseding indictment unsealed over the weekend, building on 2020 accusations from Trump's first term. Prosecutors paint Maduro as the kingpin of the Cartel de los Sols, a massive narco-terror network run from the highest levels of Venezuela's government for over 25 years. The top count, narco-terrorism conspiracy, alleging he partnered with FARC guerrillas, designated terrorists, to flood the U.S. with thousands of tons of cocaine, even arming them with military weapons and destructive devices. Additional charges include cocaine importation conspiracy, possession of machine guns, and more. Cilia Flores, often called Venezuela's powerful first combatant, faces cocaine conspiracy counts tied to the same empire. If convicted on the heaviest charges, Maduro could face life in prison, no parole. The $50 million bounty once on his head, now irrelevant after this direct capture. The world is erupting in reaction. President Trump has boldly declared the U.S. is running Venezuela now, vowing to fix the shattered oil infrastructure and sell vast reserves to allies. In Miami's Little Caracas, Venezuelan exiles are dancing in the streets, celebrating the fall of the regime that's driven millions into exile. But back home and across Latin America, fury boils. Protests in Caracas demand Maduro's release, while leaders condemn it as imperialist aggression. Venezuela's Supreme Court swiftly named Vice President Delcy Rodriguez as acting president, and she struck a mix of defiance and conciliation, calling for dialogue but slamming the raid. Globally, Russia and China decry it as illegal, while some Trump allies like Argentina's Javier Milei hail it as a win for freedom. Comparisons abound to the 1989 U.S. invasion of Panama and capture of Manuel Noriega, who was tried in the same courthouse for similar drug crimes. Legal battles loom large. Maduro's team will likely argue head of state immunity and challenge the raid's legality under international law, but U.S. precedents like Noriega suggest the trial will proceed regardless. This case could stretch for years, testing limits of American power and setting wild precedents. One thing's undeniable. The eyes of the world are glued to that Manhattan courtroom today. Will Maduro stay stone-faced and defiant, whisper a deal, or will fresh drama explode? What do you predict? Justice served, or global crisis incoming? Sound off in the comments. Smash that like button if this shocks you too. Subscribe for non-stop updates as this historic trial kicks off, and turn on notifications, because this story is far from over. Stay tuned.